The call to order, which is basically, we will start with the invocation. We'd like to call forward Maricopa Police Department's chaplain, Chaplain Paul Ellis, after which I would ask Vice Mayor Chapados to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Please rise. Amen.
Please join me. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. You may be seated. Thank you, Chaplain Ellis. We appreciate it. I'd like to move to a roll call, please.
Councilmember Brown?
Here.
Councilwoman Gussie?
Here.
Councilmember Manfredi?
Here.
Councilmember Smith? Here. Councilmember Wade?
Here.
Vice Mayor Chapados?
Here.
Mayor Price?
Here.
Mr. Mayor, we have a quorum.
Thank you very much. Item 3 is proclamations, acknowledgements, and awards. We don't have anything in that section this go-around. Number 4 is the report from the mayor. I was going to turn a few minutes over to Vice Mayor Chapados, who had a couple of announcements.
Thanks, Mayor. A couple of great events coming up this week that I just want to remind everybody about. Tomorrow, as part of the precursor to us having a standing arts committee, myself and Eric Serber are going to be hosting an artist summit here at City Hall from 6:30 to 8 p.m. Our purpose is twofold. We're trying to identify individuals and groups that are part of our arts asset inventory in the city of Maricopa, and we also want to have a preliminary discussion about creating and possibly sharing an overall arching event planning calendar that will identify some of the major events and fundraisers that go on in the city on a year-to-year basis. On Saturday, we invite everybody to come to our 3rd annual Senior Info Expo here at City Hall from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. We have 18 different workshop titles, presenters from the Arizona Department of Health Services, Pinal County Attorney's Office, our own Maricopa Fire and Medical, Community Services, Maricopa PD, and a number of others, Pinal Gila Council for Senior Citizens, and others. We have games this year, some giveaways, and a lot of great stuff that will be happening again Saturday, 10 to 2 here at City Hall. It's all free, so come on out and enjoy the expo. Thanks, Mayor.
Thank you. I'll just quickly, without rehashing, for those of you that were here earlier, all of our council members were able to give a report on many of the things and events. It's been about a month since we last met due to the holidays and the first of the year. And so anyways, so much going on. I think, just as a report to my council members, I've been to more MAG meetings, ADOT meetings, CAG meetings, RTA meetings than I can shake a stick at. But all of those are moving processes forward. 347 construction is moving forward. And we have a lot of things going on this year. There's a lot of stuff on the horizon. So please keep your eyes peeled and your ears to the ground. I think you'll see that there's a lot of things that are transpiring, and we're very excited about what this new year holds. So with that will close the report from the mayor, and we will move on to the report from the city manager. Tricia?
Mayor and council, we just have 2 staff members that would like to come up and give a quick presentation. One is Fred Gray to give you an update on the Family Fishing Day event that we had this past Saturday. And then Chief Stahl will be coming up to honor our explorers.
Perfect.
Good evening, Honorable Mayor, Vice Mayor, members of City Council, staff. It's a pleasure to talk to you today a little bit about the Family Fishing Derby. Councilmember May mentioned that earlier. We had 366 families registered. That's a little bit more than 234 we had last year, so a pretty good increase in that. Again, it's this cooperation with Arizona Game and Fish, as well as our partner and sponsor with Fry's Marketplace. So the pictures will be much better than my words, so we'll show a video.
Family Fishing Day is just an opportunity for families to come out and learn the basic techniques of fishing. And so they just come out, they hang out, and they just spend time together, really. partnership with the Department of Fish and Game, where they actually come out to this event. They provide the support. They give out loaner poles to families who don't have their own fishing poles, and they also give out bait. So all of that stuff was supplied by the Department of Fish and Game.
Today at Copper Sky, we're just going fishing, and we've caught 4 fish, and the only fish what we've caught is perch.
Leave it out there like that. Okay? I know that's hard for y'all to be patient. You gotta be patient, okay?
It's just really about bringing the community together, getting families to spend time together, have some quality time, and have some fun.
Thank you, Fred.
Good evening, Mayor, Vice Mayor, members of council. You see our explorers in a variety of different fashions. Often you see them out at our special events, directing traffic and doing a lot of volunteer work for our city. What you don't see is the hard work that they put in every single week, training, studying, doing all the things. These are not just our possible future police officers. These are future leaders in our community. They're taught leadership skills. They're taught a variety of different things. But for the last 3 to 4 months, they've really been training hard. Many of our police officers have been training them in specialty items, preparing for what is called a Explorer competition. It happens once a year. Explorers from all over the country come in. This year, there were 65 teams. Over 1,000 explorers were in town. Actually, not in our town. They were in Chandler. But over 1,000 explorers where they get to rub shoulders with their peers, get to talk to their peers and their friends throughout the country, make new friends, and learn the importance of what is different about Maricopa than their friends. In the past, they've gone, I think this is the 3rd year that they've gone now, and they've gotten better each and every year, but the hunger, I've seen the hunger in them, and you can see some smiles on some faces back there. The hunger in them to get some recognition for all that hard work that they've put in finally came to fruition this year. So they're going to bring up some hardware. I'm going to introduce Chris Evans, the Explorer Advisor. I want to thank Chris for all the work that he's put into it. There's a couple other instructors that have donated a ton of time. Sean Marchese, he's one of our sergeants. He taught them crisis negotiation. We'll talk about that in just a little bit. Adam, right? Adam taught them firearms, and that's another area that they'll talk about here in just a little bit. I want to thank the parents in the audience, because these kids got homework to do. They put up with Chris. They do a lot of different things, and the parents have to get them. Most of these kids don't have driver's licenses yet, so the parents have to get them where they need to go and pick them up and do all the things. And the parents group is absolutely phenomenal. So when you go home tonight, you thank your parents, because they own part of this hardware. With that, I introduce Chris Evans.
Thank you. Mayor Price, Vice Mayor Chapado, City Council. I just want to take a few seconds to kind of reiterate what the chief was saying. These kids have worked very hard, and these are our future police officers, our future leaders. We competed all weekend. It's a 3-day event. It's a tactical competition, and it's SWAT events. So pretty hard. It's considered the Super Bowl of Explorer competitions. We had a team from Joliet, Illinois that came out. Generally, we have a bunch of teams from California, Arizona, Texas, but they come all the way from the East Coast sometimes. Let me introduce you to a couple people. Aubrey Gettle, she took 4th place in the, come on up, bring your trophy. She took 4th place in the individual pistol shoot. Edward Figueroa took 1st place in the male individual pistol shoot. And then everybody else bring up the last trophy. As a team, our crisis negotiation team took 1st place overall. Yeah, please. Thank you. Thank you very much. We did compete in other events. There was a marijuana field raid. We did a rock wall climb. We did a tactical obstacle course. There was a hostage rescue, sniper truck pull. It's a SWAT truck. We did a sniper challenge. What am I missing? Waterborne operations. Our first year trying that. It was weird. They couldn't row together, but it's a team building event, and we'll know what to work on for next year. But Chief was right. They worked very, very hard for several months leading up to this, and we look forward to going back next year and hopefully bringing back more and representing Maricopa. That's the best part, is getting to go up there and show them who we are. Thank you.
Awesome. Congratulations.
Mayor, may I ask a question? How many teams were there?
65 teams.
Nice,
Yes,
very
ma'am.
nice. And if you go back, it's Joliet, Illinois. That's
Is
where
it?
I'm from.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Very
I'm
nice.
from there.
Did I say
so
Juliet?
you-
I'm sorry.
That's okay, no problem. But congratulations, that's really cool.
Real
out of
quick, I wanted to let you
65
know
teams.
that, and I didn't mean to cut you off. There's a Facebook page, MPD Explorers, and there's an Instagram account, and there's a bunch of videos and pictures from the whole weekend, so please go on and look at them and follow us. Thank you.
Congratulations. Again, congratulations, and thank you for coming this evening and showing us that. We appreciate it. That'll take us, a report from the city manager is finished, I assume? We're done? Okay. That'll take us to the call to the public at this time. At this moment, I'll go first to the speaker cards that I have. They were given to me in this order, and I'll just read them accordingly. If you please come up and feel free to address us, keep your comments to about 3 minutes. And then after these comment cards, anyone else who wishes to address us, you're welcome to do so. Michael Sharp.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor, Vice Mayor Chapados, members of council. I would like to take a few moments of your time to discuss an issue that I've grown just a little bit concerned with lately in regards to turnover with the city staff. I know we're just right back off of, the holidays, and, we lost Gregory Rose, our city manager. And one of the problems or concerns that I have is that in the nearly 10 years that I've lived in Maricopa, I believe I've seen 3 or 4 permanent city managers. There have been numerous department heads that, not including the turnover at various entities that are closely aligned with the city. I'm sure there are various HR-related issues that would have to be addressed. However, is it possible that this council, in their search for a new city manager, and when contemplating new department heads, consider a candidate that can demonstrate a commitment to the city of Maricopa? I am a proud Maricopa resident. I raised my children here. They were literally born, and they're going to be raised in this very city. And one of the things that I'd like to see is I want to see the vision that you guys lay out implemented by someone who shares that same passion for our city. It's going to be increasingly difficult given the pace of our growth and development if we are continuously a stepping stone for people's careers. I don't admonish people for growing and developing. Folks have an absolute right to pursue their career goals, and let's face it, life happens. Careers evolve, significant others, careers to manage, family happens. We can't control what people do, but what we can do is set a standard to find a way to recruit, pay, and retain top talent that commits to us as a community as we commit to them. When you begin the search for a new city manager or any leadership role, please seriously consider some of the talent we have right here in our own backyard. I was looking at some demographic data. We have one of the largest concentrations of people with college degrees and professionals in this city. There's no reason why we can't find someone who said, hey, I live in Maricopa, I bought in Maricopa, I raised kids in Maricopa, I want to contribute to the growth, development, and vision of this city as you all lay out. So please, when considering any visionary type of leadership role, just kind of give that just a little bit of extra weight in your consideration. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Commissioner Sharp. We appreciate it. Next up is Shelley Gillespie.
Bring this down so I'm not talking through my forehead. Okay. Good evening, and thank you. I love to have the opportunity to tell you all about our festival, Copa Shorts Film Fest, but I want to thank each of you on the council, mayor, vice mayor, and every single one of you for your role in helping us make this a great event. Sometimes you get so close to something, you don't see the whole big picture. And once we sent the program away to be printed, I realized we've got a lot of really terrific films. We had about the same group of reviewers as last year, and what's really fabulous is that most of the films were rated 8 to 10. Last year we started with 7. So we have an appreciably better festival with wonderful films, and of course I invite you all to attend. So I said the program is at the printer. One of the fun things that's going to be part of our silent auction is that we were given a gift of the Disneyland and California Adventure 4-pack one-day pass that we're going to be auctioning at the silent auction. Some fun facts: our furthest attendees so far are from North Carolina and the state of Washington, so they're coming from afar to join us. 3 Maricopa Wells films, students' films, will be shown on Sunday at 1 p.m., and the documentary film of our lead actor from 2017's Best of the Fest will debut her own documentary, which is very exciting. To have someone last year who was, quote, just an actor, and now she wants to be a director too. She also submitted a screenplay, which I think she'll get better after she's done more than one. So she didn't quite make that cut. We also have something that encompasses our whole county. A teacher who brought a class to one of our workshops that we had back in September is bringing a whole busload of people to come see their classmate who is going to be in the high school film section. So that's really exciting. And we have the director of the Arizona Department of Film and Digital Media, Matthew Earl Jones, will be presenting a free workshop for anyone who wants to learn how the state of Arizona can help filmmakers. This is a significant visit because we didn't have a state department of film and digital media for about 6-8 years. So it's just began about a year ago, and to have him here on our premises at the festival is great. And the other last and but not least wonderful thing is our military veteran film block. First of all, we thank all of you who are in the military, and we thank Councilwoman Julia Gussie for suggesting we add that category. We have some of the most phenomenal films from the military veterans, everything you can imagine, funny films, sad films, inspiring films, and that block is on Saturday at 2. And due to the help of Councilwoman Gussie and an anonymous donor, the military veterans who attend that block will only have to pay $3 instead of the 10 we would do. So all I'll say is tickets are available now. We have great things happening. If you have a location where you'd like me to give you some posters to put up to spread the word, I got them today, and I'll be glad to do that. But we're so excited. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Anyone else at this time like to approach the council? Okay, seeing no one, we'll go ahead and close the call to the public and move on to the minutes. Council, you've had an opportunity to review the minutes, items 7.1 and 7.2. Any questions on those? If not, can I have a motion to approve, please?
So moved.
Have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion on that item? Seeing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? That motion carries. That'll take us to item number 8, no public hearings at this time. and then we'll proceed to the consent agenda. Council, we are at the consent agenda 9.1 through 9.8. Can I have a motion to approve, please?
Second.
A motion and a second. Any further discussion on this item? Seeing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? That motion carries. And then we'll go to the only item we have on the regular City Council agenda tonight, which is a resolution of the Mayor and City Council of the City of Maricopa, Arizona, designating the election date and the purpose of the election. This is to designating the deadline for voter registration and designating the place and the last date for candidates to file nomination papers. This is for discussion and action. Vanessa.
All right, good evening, Mr. Mayor. Before you tonight is a resolution designating the primary and the general election this year. So this year, our primary election is going to be held on August 28th, 2018, and the general election will be held on November 6th. The deadline to register to vote at these elections is 29 days prior to the election. Anyone seeking municipal office, you can obtain a nomination packet from my office beginning on Monday, January 22nd. And anyone that is currently on a board, committee, or commission and is interested in running, you will have to resign your position once you file. The deadline to file is going to be May 30th. Do you have any questions? That's all I have.
Thank you, Vanessa. Council, any questions at this? Okay. Well, with that, you have a resolution before you. This is Resolution 18-01. And again, I've read the initial part. So any questions? Seeing none, can I have a motion and a second, please? Motion, is there a second? And a second. With that, do you want to move to a roll call, Vanessa?
No, not for this item, Mr.
You don't need a
Mayor.
roll call? Okay, great. All right, well then with that, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Congratulations. And good luck to all those that run. All right, with that, we have reached the end of our council meeting. Thank you for being here. We appreciate it. It was a short one tonight, which is awesome. But council, of course, you're not done. You get to go to E-session. So can I have a motion to move to E-session, please? Motion and second. All in favor say aye. Aye. Motion carries. We'll see you in a couple weeks.